Good evening, this is Tanisha LaVerne Grant reporting live from the red carpet at the Schomburg Center for the New York City screening of Snowfall, a brand new series by Oscar-nominated director John Singleton. Snowfall takes a look at the crack epidemic in Los Angeles in 1983 and its impact on American culture.
Any last words, just in case?
Don't miss. You got three things in life when you're born. What your mama tells you, what the streets teach you, and what the future holds, which no one knows. That's the one you got control over.
What were your thoughts when you first saw the script for this?
I was happy to have it. I read Sissy, I read the story, and I knew this woman. And how beautiful it would be to be able to speak this woman's truth. Because I don't think we have enough opportunities to do that in the truthful manner that this story is told, that Sissy is told. John doesn't have any problem writing for a black woman, and you can tell, because there was nothing that I did that I had to create on my own. Everything was on the page. So it was just a matter of allowing her truth to come through me, which was an honor.
What do you want viewers to walk away with this project? For those who have not, who think they are exempt, from the experiences that have come with the crack epidemic of the 80s and how it's just trickled down generation after generation and they think it doesn't affect them. What are your thoughts about that?
I once visited Ghana in West Africa, and they have this, one of the symbols that I remember walking away with is a Sankofa bird, which symbolizes looking back so that you can guide your future. Whether or not you have, you can relate to the crack epidemic or not, you can relate to the American dream and the realities of the American dream, which is struggle yet perseverance. And if you keep working, it will work and you will thrive, right? That is what everybody, but you need to look at where we've been. Because if you don't look at where we've been, we can be there again.
Absolutely.
So that's what I hope my young babies will come through with.
Thank you so much, Michael, for your time. Tell me a little about your decision to start this project with the infancy of the crack epidemic. I know you talked a little bit about it briefly, but
it's actually pre-crack. So
pre-crack,
it starts with cocaine, and how basically the whole cocaine proliferation came into Los Angeles and changed everything.
So you decided to also, you've threaded, the perspective of the black community, Latinos, and the CIA. Talk to me a little bit about your decision to thread all those perspectives together, because usually we only see the one side, poor black people strung out, struggling. We never see that whole story.
I mean, I wanted to really show how this one incident changed everything, changed a lot of people, It affected black people, affected Latinos, affected pop culture, but it really, really adversely affected the black community. So, I just wanted to really tell a story that was kind of universal in a way, but it had its heart with black people, though.
When you decided to do this, was it a series, a television series that you wanted to do, or was it okay? It's
always a TV series.
Oh wow! Because I'm looking at it. First of all, the cinematography is absolutely amazing. So how did you find Damson Idris? Because that kid is amazing.
He auditioned for the role. He was the best actor for the role. He auditioned for it. He did it.
Wow. So what can we expect in the seasons that are on the next episode?
I can't tell nobody. You got to watch it.
I
can't tell you. You got to watch it. We're in the third episode now. You got to watch episode 4. We're going to bring that heat.
So talk to me a little bit about your character. First of all, you did an amazing job.
So Franklin Saint's a young street entrepreneur from South Central LA, which is a fancy word for drug dealer. And he basically studied in the Valley, and he's really smart because of this, because he's seen both sides. And he's using cocaine as a way out of his situation to, help his family and help the people around him.
Okay, so how did you get our accent down? Because I hear how difficult it is to grasp the American accent. Is that true? Was that true for you?
British people are really Americanized, and, we listen to a lot of hip-hop. So it wasn't that hard to get the accent. The hardest thing for me was the soul. You know, I've got Dub C from West Side Connection, who's my dialect coach, and he was basically just telling me how to walk the walk and talk the talk, you know. The most important thing is to feel like an LA person, not to sound like one.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You are definitely a well-studied talent, that's for sure.
Thank you.
So who are some of your, who inspires you to do the type of work that you do?
There's this guy, Denzel Washington, I think that's how you pronounce it.
I don't think I've ever heard of Denzel Washington.
Yeah,
Wow,
you
who's
might
that?
not know him. Yeah, he's a small actor. Denzel, Leonardo DiCaprio, Sidney Poitier, and Daniel Day-Lewis. Those are my 4 guys.
What's your favorite Sidney Poitier movie?
Guess Who's Coming to Dinner?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's my favorite.
Awesome. And what about Denzel Washington?
American Gangster.
American Gangster. What's your favorite scene in that?
Oh, wow, so many. After his wife's been shot at and he's talking to the guy and he's like, they tried to kill my wife. That's my favorite scene, yeah.
Well, you did an amazing job. What's it like to be a part of such an amazing project?
Oh, man, first of all, it's really dope to work with Dave Andron. We're talking about John Singleton.
Absolutely.
John Landgraf, you know, FX. It's really, I'm really fortunate. I'm really lucky, you know. I do what I love already, but to be doing it with great people is awesome too, you know?
I mean, your body of work, if you don't know who this gentleman is, you need to come out from under a rock because he is one to watch for sure. So talk to me a little bit about like getting into, place for this character. Like how did you like pull him back and then piece him back together again,
Well, it always starts with the writing and kind of the archetype that they have for the character. And with this guy, you could tell that he's not so gentle, but he's definitely a giant, and he's a man that thrives of knowing his surroundings, knowing his environment, and that he really loves, that he really does have a heart. It can seem jovial on the outside, he can seem a bit crass, but he's also intelligent. So to me, it's about kind of keeping some of that stuff under the.
He loves his woman.
Oh, he definitely loves his woman, and black love on the screen is something that we've missed.
That resonated with me.
Actually, we're getting black love on the screen a bit more now, I must admit. But it definitely feels good to be in a somewhat dysfunctional but loving relationship at the same time. Yeah.
We all understand and we relate to it. So you're a Harlem son. Yeah, talk to me a little bit about what you want to say to young actors from your community, from right here, your hometown, about getting into this business.
Oh, man, I love young thespians. Listen, I grew up in the Apollo Theater. That was my first job at Summer Youth. I believe find a theater home, find a place where you can learn, where people can dare you to challenge yourself.
Let's go back again. Find a theater home. That's like really important because that's where you're going to strengthen your acting muscle.
Definitely. I was here at, National Black Theater or, Neighborhood Playhouse, HB Studios. I've been everywhere. I'm like a theater rat. And, so that to me is the first thing, that you're really confident. It's not so much about where you go, but the fact that you find a place where you can be confident and you feel like you have a community that supports you with your craft. And from there, soar, take risks, make your own, make your own projects. And only take the good advice. People give advice. Hear only what is positive.
I always see on Facebook, there's always, this narrative of where should I go? Should I go to New York? Should I go to Los Angeles? What do you say to people who are in location purgatory in terms of where they feel they should go to pursue their acting career?
I say that no matter where you're at on this planet, all you need to act is an audience of one. And I promise, if you hone your skills, you hone your craft, that with that audience of one, it will permeate and you'll be able to do your thing on a much bigger scale, but you'll be ready. You'll be poised, and remember the creativity, remember the love and why you started to do it in the first place. And after that, let the journey, merrily, merrily, merrily with the journey.
Tanisha LaVerne Grant, blackinamerica.com.